Just got robbed today. They got me. Got me good this year. Taxes. I worked my ass off last year. Made more than I did the previous year. I had been paying taxes quarterly, and it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough for them, so I had to make up the difference. And just dropped those checks off in the mailbox earlier today. Today's video is all about taxes, as you can guess by the title of the video and my little intro there. I've got some notes set up over here on this dry erase board. I try to do these things in one take, and always when I'm editing, I'm like, oh, you left out a whole section of stuff you should have talked about. But usually in the comments below, someone brings it up and a little mini discussion starts. So I do encourage you to check below for things that I've missed out on. I want to talk about taxes, write-offs, learning from the rich and the ultra-rich, S corporations. I've had a request, I think it was through Patreon, to do a video on S corporation and why I am an S corporation as opposed to an LLC or anything else. So I think we're going to start with an S corporation. S corporations differ from state to state. And in my state, it is highly beneficial if you are self-employed to be an S corporation. In fact, everybody at the accounting firm that does my taxes, every single accountant is technically self-employed and has an S corporation. It is the only way to go. Why is that? An accountant would be the best person to answer this question for you. But I'm going to give you the layman's terms and how it was explained to me. You get all your corporate tax deductions, all the same corporate write-offs. Where the difference is the self-employment tax. What an S corporation allows you to do is only pay those taxes on a certain portion of your income. And it really only becomes beneficial if you have like $60,000+ a year in profits and income, because it's, we're self-employed, so it's income. You take a dividend. That's how you pay yourself, is in dividends. And those dividends are not taxed by the FICA tax or the self-employment tax. You have to take a reasonable salary out of your total. And there's a percentage, a minimum percentage of your income that is fully taxed. State, federal, and the self-employment tax. But then there's a sizable amount above and beyond that reasonable salary that is a dividend that isn't taxed that way. So that's why I do the S corporation. And the more money you make, the larger the benefit an S corporation is. That's my understanding of the S corporation. As you save because you are paid in a dividend. And it only works when you have a large sum of income or sum of profits for the business. You take a small reasonable salary, the lowest they let you get away with. Back in the old days, they didn't require you to take a reasonable salary. That's something new. That's a new addition. Because so many people were saying, everything's a dividend. This year, I bumped up my quarterly payments. And because of this whole Corona thing, I got to write the first half of 2020's taxes. I got to write a check for that next week. So I've been hitting double whammy with the taxes. So I'm a little bitter on paying taxes. But I know that by upping my quarterly taxes, I won't have this situation again where I'm bummed out because I got to write more checks. A lot of people don't pay quarterly. They want the use of their money and they'll pay the penalty. I used to do it that way, but I just changed. So last year was the first year that I started paying quarterly. And like I said, it wasn't enough. It wasn't even close to enough. It was about half of what I should have been paying. Got to look for more deductions in the future as the business grows. I start looking at these rich people. I'm like, man, I always hear about these extremely wealthy people not paying much in taxes. How are they doing it? There's a couple things that I've found is they maximize deductions. They come up with deductions. They have great accountants, great lawyers, and they know the gray area and how to walk that line. A couple examples. I'm talking not talking like a couple millionaire. I'm talking like hundreds of millionaires, maybe like a half a billionaire. This is personal experience, by the way. This is not reading it in a magazine article. They have all these vacation areas and vacation properties, and everything's a business. Even to get there, they have a transportation company. They have offices in these places around the world. And these offices could just be an address in an office building to create the paper trail that they went to London to do some work, but they were really just on vacation. New York City, Miami, LA, they have offices there, and their transportation company transports them there. You can tell I changed clothes. Have my best ideas when I'm in the shower. And most of them go down the drain and they never make it to video. So I was just reminded of another real world situation where I'm in front of a 100 millionaire and learning the ways they avoid paying taxes. Some of you may remember from my late night live streams, a Middle Eastern high pressure pipe welder that is a serial entrepreneur that I met when I lived on a sailboat in Florida. I had the smallest boat in the marina, and he had the largest boat in the marina. And every day he would come down and go, young man, come on down for a cappuccino. We'll have a cappuccino. He's going through a divorce, and he just wanted to talk. We became good friends. I was doing handyman work, remodel work down there in Fort Lauderdale. He says, hey, help me on the boat with a few different things. We replaced a couple bilge pumps, some outlets, things like that. Pumps on air conditioning units. And he had accounts at different marine supply houses. And, I'm watching, paying attention. This is, a very successful blue-collar guy. And he paid for it on a company account that was the name of the boat. So this yacht, and we're not talking like a little yacht. This is a 95-foot yacht. And I'm like, so how is the yacht a business? He says, they start getting real shy about, talking about it. The logistics is his business that he, get passed down to his sons, bought the yacht, created the yacht as a business, and they entertain business associates and politicians on that boat. But he lives on it. And they do this entertaining of business associates and politicians a few times a year. And that's it. It's another real world example from my life of learning how other people manipulate the tax laws. A lot of people get real mad at rich people. Say, damn those rich people for screwing us and avoiding taxes. Now, I like the term, don't hate the player, hate the game. These guys just learned the game, they learned the rules, and they're just living by them. He passed a business down to his children. He was a high-pressure pipe welder and ended up owning a very successful business, was able to put all 3 of his kids through college. They all have business degrees and marketing degrees, and he gave it to them. Now they're running it while he's going through a divorce on a yacht. So don't hate rich people. Hate the government, if anything. Learn the game and figure out how to make the best of it. I try, even though I started bitching and moaning about paying taxes at the beginning of this video, I don't want to blame anybody for me not having enough money or the quality of my life. So, got to take control of that, do enough research, stay educated enough, anticipate what's coming. And I'm telling you, taxes are coming. Don't bitch about different parties, political parties. Just learn the game, learn the rules, and sometimes you have to hire people that know the rules better than you do. An attorney and an accountant to get you through there. Everybody wins. I think that's it. I don't know how long this video is. It shouldn't be that long. Please put your comments below, your real world experience, good advice for other guys that are self-employed. I've gotten, I don't want to exaggerate, but I'm saying 100, 200 emails, messages thanking me about give them the courage to raise their prices. And they've made more money this year than they ever have before. And they also probably learned a lesson that they had to pay more taxes this year than they ever have before. If you're not an S corporation, you need to look into it for your state. I've talked about it in the past, and some people have bitched at me saying, "Oh, that's not true. That's not true." In the state of New York, they give it to you whether you're an S corporation or not. So in certain states, that lean left, you don't get the tax benefits that you do in states that lean right, and you don't make as much money. A lot of people comment on my other YouTube channel, why would someone ever pay to have that done? And I think the most valuable thing in life is time, is free time. So you go to work to buy time. Whether, and you can do whatever you want. You can go ride a jet ski with that time. You can go work at a homeless shelter with that time. You can walk old ladies across the street with your time. Or you can jet set around the world, visiting tropical destinations with that time. That is the most valuable thing, is free time. And that's why people pay me to do things that are easy. Because they don't want to take the time to do it. They want that free time, maybe to go golfing. In the future, the more money you make, the more quality time that money buys you. So that's my big reason for wanting to make more money. It has nothing to do with greed or taking money from the poor. No, if I had more money and paid less taxes, I would probably do more charitable donations. That's enough on that little last rant part. Again, comment below, like, subscribe, click the bell. Got some good videos coming out on the main YouTube channel this coming week. Please go watch them. If you want to become a patron, that link will be in the description below. You can ask questions. I'm getting real lengthy, long questions sent to my email, and I'm trying to create some free time. It's $1 a month to become a member. There's live streams on there. All the old live streams are on there. There's special videos just for patrons on there. The more patrons we get, the more dedicated content I get to put there. Goodbye.